Well, hello everyone and welcome. My name is Cindy Bettino and I am the host of Sterling Women. And today I have the honor of speaking to Dr. Elise Berman, and she is with Radiology Centers, and we're going to be talking about breast imaging and how important it is and what Fairfax Radiology offers. And they are a wonderful new sponsor for Sterling Women. So I'm so happy. I love sponsors that help us take something off our plate and help remind us of things that we absolutely need to do and give us a great place to go to have those things done. So thank you for joining me, Dr. Berman. Is that what you like to be called, or?
You can call me Elise. That's absolutely fine.
Okay, Elise. So how long have you been with Fairfax Radiology?
I have been at Fairfax Radiology for 20 years now. So I did my training and then I came
Oh,
straight
oh my
to
goodness.
Fairfax Radiology. So the training for a physician and for a radiologist is long. So I went to college and then I did 4 years of medical school. So a radiologist is a physician. So I did 4 years
Okay.
of medical school.
Wow.
After that, I did 1 year of general medical training.
Okay.
Then I did 4 years of radiology residency training. So, learning about CAT scan and MRI and ultrasound to find diseases in the body and often treat some of those diseases. And then after the residency, I did one additional year of specialized training for breast imaging. So, I joined about 20, 21 years ago. And all I do, just like all of the other breast imagers at Fairfax Radiology, is breast imaging. So this is quite impressive. We have 18 breast imagers. All we do is breast imaging. So we have a
Wow.
big practice with dedicated breast imagers.
Well, gosh, I didn't expect any of that. So thank you. That is awesome. That's just amazing. So obviously, women think of breast imaging, they think of mammograms, right?
Correct.
Okay. So when should a woman start having a mammogram done?
So, excellent question. And my answer to that is they should start assuming that they are at average risk, meaning their mother didn't get breast cancer at a very early age, or they don't have an inherited genetic mutation. They should start screening mammograms at the age of 40. Our
Okay.
recommendation, as is the recommendation of many medical societies, is to have a mammogram every year. So I
Okay. So
know. Mhm.
So let me ask you. So let's say I go and I have a mammogram and it just looks fine and dandy. It's all clear. I don't have any problems. Why do I need to come a year later?
That's a very good question. So many studies have been done looking to see how often people should come, what is the best frequency of timing. Studies have shown, and there's no disagreement about this, there's some disagreement or confusion about how often people should come, but the studies show that the most number of lives saved from screening mammography is if women come and have their mammogram every year. Okay, so let me
Okay.
tell you this. The reason we want to do a mammogram every year is that, as I have mentioned, screening mammography saves lives. And why does it save lives? I'm going to tell you. It saves lives because when a person has a screening mammogram and we find an abnormality, so cancers found on screening mammogram tend to be smaller,
Okay.
are less likely to have the lymph nodes under the arms involved.
Okay.
Okay. And when we find breast cancer earlier, the overall survival is much better. In addition, there's more.
Okay.
Survival is better when we find it earlier, but also the treatment for the breast cancer when we find it early is better. So that means it's more effective. The person has to have less surgery, maybe less aggressive surgery.
Okay.
They're less likely to need that really aggressive hair losing chemotherapy, And
Okay.
even now, some people don't need radiation. So we want to find breast cancer early so that the survival is better, so that the treatment is easier. And we know that we save more lives if we do screening mammograms every year as opposed to every other year. There's no disagreement about that.
Thank you, Dr. Herman. That is really, 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 really good information. And I hope everyone watches this video and listens. But I do have a question. So
Yes.
when I got a mammogram done, and I have small breasts. Okay. So I was incredibly surprised when I was told that I have dense tissue. Is that what
Yes,
it's called? I
exactly.
thought that was only for big breasts, but that's not the case, right?
So that's very good. Dense breast tissue is important for several reasons. Dense
Okay.
breast tissue, it's important to know if a person has because it does slightly increase your risk of developing breast cancer.
Oh,
And important to know that it does make the mammogram a little bit harder to interpret because we're looking for a breast cancer, which is white, on a dense breast tissue, which is a white background. So, how do we know if a person has dense breast tissue? The only way to know is to look at the mammogram. So you cannot tell how dense your breast tissue is by the size of your breast, by how firm it is, by how it looks in a bra or not in a bra, by how it feels. There's just no way to know.
wow.
The only way to know breast density is to look at a mammogram. Now, having said that, a person who is very, very young, a person who is much thinner, tends to have denser breast tissue. As we
Oh.
get older, our breast tissue gets less dense. But that doesn't mean everybody's breast tissue is going to get less dense. So that's some background for dense breast tissue.
So that's really great, and we don't have much time left. But is there another myth out there that you would like to denounce about getting your mammograms and breast cancer? And is there anything else small that you can share with us? Because I'm sure there are a ton of myths out there, and I'm sure that you've already debunked a number of them just in a few minutes that we've been talking. But is there one that you want to jump on?
So I'm first going to say, everybody get your screening mammogram every year. That's really important. Number
Okay.
two, anxiety. There's always anxiety going to get a mammogram. I want to say that if a person gets a screening mammogram and gets a call that they need to come back and get extra views, don't put your arms up in the air and get too worried. Most of the time, when you get called to come back for additional evaluation, it means that the radiologist has seen something that needs some extra pictures. It might need an ultrasound. And most of the time, it's nothing to be concerned about. And we will give you those results as soon as you come back for your extra views. So just because you get called back to have some extra pictures doesn't mean that there's something wrong. And even if there
Oh,
is
that's
something and we recommend a biopsy, doesn't mean that it's going to be breast cancer. We need to be very cautious and evaluate everything that we see that is a potential issue.
Well, I love everything that you've said. And one of my favorite people in the world, Tony Del Borello, works with Fairfax Radiology Centers. And the story I love to tell is that I went in for my mammogram and I found out I had dense breast tissue and they had to do an ultrasound, and it took everything. I mean, he almost had to strap me down because I wanted to get up and run away. And of course, I didn't, and he was phenomenal, and everyone took such great care of me. So I just really honor what you do. And if you're watching, go get your mammogram today, right?
100%. Totally
Great.
agree. And thank you for this opportunity.
Oh, thank you. And I really, if they're okay, so how does someone reach Fairfax Radiology? If we need to have our mammograms done, who do we call? What do we do?
So you can go to fairfaxradiology.com. You can go online, Fairfax Radiology. You can schedule your mammogram online if you've already
Oh,
been a patient with FRC. But if not, leave your name and phone number, and we will call to welcome you to the practice, and we
okay.
will call to schedule you for your mammogram. So you can do it
I love
all
it.
online.
I love it. Thank you, Dr. Berman, and I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. And thank you all for watching this short sponsored video for Sterling Women. Take care. Bye, Dr. Berman.
Bye, Sri. Thanks so much.
Thank you.